Hey folks, how's it going? I was just sitting there zoning out, listening to the anthem. It's time to go. Argentina against the Wallabies. I am wearing Argentinian kit. Based on my wife's choice, actually, I wasn't going to change. I was going to leave my All Blacks jersey on after the previous game, and she said, "You can't leave that on. You need to pick one." So I let her pick. She picked Pumas. So there you go. How is everybody doing? Jason's back. Victoria, how's it going? Nobman picked the Wallabies and Super Brew. Me too. Craig says, hit the like button to support. 2 cents. Appreciate that, Craig, mate. Cheers, mate. How was your run? Leinster Bulls today. Oh, and I think is it like 5 in the morning? So I'll probably watch it delayed. I'm still kind of working out the best way to watch that competition. I did watch Connacht and Cardiff this morning, my time. Flexion says, Vamos Argentina. Simon is back, man. I'm still waiting for your next video, Simon. Just quietly. Lewis, mate, how's it going? Jason says, got a cold drink and a neutral game to settle the nerves from the last one. Absolutely. Very much correct. At least we can see the Aussie numbers this game. Last week was rather tough on the visibility of the numbers. It's true. It's true. What do you think about the Box? Oh, they got close. I mean, obviously, I still want the Box wingers to get the ball more, but like, what do I know? Who am I to tell them how to play the game? Yes, they could have won. Absolutely. One conversion away from a draw. But yeah. Hart wants Argentina, but Head says Australia. That's pretty much, I think, where most of us are at. But I wouldn't mind the Aussies going on a run either. They got a good crowd at Townsville, so it'd be good to see them get entertained with a win. Run was a lot better than last week. Close to a personal best and 4 minutes off last week's poor time. Okay, sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. So 1 day weekend, you've done overtime, so you don't have a break until national holidays. Right. National Day in China. I hate that thing. Like, if you guys haven't lived in China, which is probably most of you, there's this weird thing where if they're going to have a holiday, often they will like make you work overtime before the holiday so you can have the holiday. Like over here, if we've got, I don't know, what's a holiday? Anzac Day? And like if it falls on a Saturday, they'll just move it to the Monday and you get the Monday off. Whereas in China, it's like they'll have the holiday on the Saturday. No, have the holiday on the Monday, but then you have to work the Saturday or something like that. It's always weird. Anyway, rugby's on. Kickoff in Australia against Argentina. I am at 5 seconds in at the moment. Oh, yeah, daylight savings knob, Mum. Thank you for the reminder. I had completely forgotten. Chinese method sounds like just working for a bank. I remember it used to drive me nuts. It was like to make a 3-day weekend, they would make you work 2 overtime days. Like, yeah, to make a 3-day holiday, they would make you work overtime. It was bonkers. Because the holidays for the lunar calendar change each year. Yeah, but then I always feel like I'm not getting much of a holiday. They give you the 1 extra day, but make you work other days to make sure you get the 3 in a row. I don't know. Mondayizing, no Mondayizing in France. They have Le Pont. So you get to take off the day between the public holiday and the weekend. Okay. I don't mind the Mondayizing, to be honest. I think it keeps it kind of simple. What time is it there, Rugby Hero? It is 10:09 p.m. So we'll see if I can make it through another kind of 2 hours of streaming or if I start to nod off. Fingers crossed the rugby will keep us entertained. We're 1 minute and 25 seconds in. I hope I don't have shares in Evergrande. No, I definitely do not. I definitely don't have any shares in Evergrande. Now I can take holidays when I like. Conversely, I kind of work every day. but it's not like a full 8-hour day. I'm in control of my own time. If I want to sit there and look at stats all night, I can. Or if I just want to bugger eyes around, I can. But it's, I don't know. I'm trying to put in some kind of hard yards off screen, collecting stats and combinations data and all that kind of stuff, especially for the international team. So, oh yeah, the score needs to go up, Solomon. It's still 0-0. Still 0-0. I've still got the Aussie and not the Aussie, the All Blacks in South Africa score up here 0-0. But the Argentinians are just lining up the first shot of goal, so they may get the first point of the game. I'm a bit all over the shop. Stats is chill down time for me. Sometimes it's a pain, man. Like I'm trying to work out who's playing what minutes and what positions. And you have to go back and rewatch some of the games to see like this guy was playing 6 and then he got sent to the bin and then some other guy came on at 6 and they moved the 8 and then that guy came back on but he moved to 7 and then they brought on a sub who went to 8 and they moved the 8 to 6. It's like, oh, does my head in. Oh, Boffelli's missed the first kick. They had a chance to go in front. Boffelli was pretty good from the tee last week. He's missed the first one. Victoria's yet to find a working stream. That is not good. Has anyone won the Rugby Championship without losing a game? I think so. The All Blacks probably a few times, maybe. I would say so. But we don't have – I saw your comment on the other video. There's no real equivalent of the Grand Slam, no. They should kind of get some kind of trophy for that, eh? And Simon, yeah, we hit 40K the other day. Happy days. 40K. I think I've been doing the channel since 2018. It's like 10K a year. It's going to take me a while to get that silver play button, eh? Hoping for the gold jersey from Australia, Riches. Blame my wife, man. Blame my wife. My wife chose the Pumas one. Menace, mate. I am at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. The Wallabies have got the ball. They are spinning it wide. Karevi busting tackles. He's a hard man to bring down, but Carreras is the man who does it. 12-man rugby union, mate. Richard. I wasn't over the moon with it initially. Reece Hodge, if you're not watching the game, has just scored the first try of the game. The Pumas have fallen off a couple of tackles. And it's costly. I mean, Karevi's the man who got them started. But yeah, if you guys are miles ahead of my stream, which is often behind, just be mindful of the spoilers in the chat, please. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the reminders. Reece Hodge dummied, and Sinti couldn't get him. And he's over. Patty, mate, I'm doing pretty good. I'm still kind of settling down after the edge of the seat finish with the All Blacks and the box. So hopefully I can kind of just chill with this game, but we'll see. Argentine defense has been really good. Yeah, not in the last couple of phases. Mark, in your opinion, which Bulls side is better at the moment, the URC side or the Curry Cup side, and why? To be honest, Anthony, I haven't even looked at the lineups yet. Have they changed much from the Curry Cup side? I'm planning to watch it, but I haven't done any kind of preview stats or lineups analysis stuff yet. Because I got the Premiership to watch as well, I'm kind of just doing we look at a few games and see how we go. It is 7 points to 0, by the way. Cooper has nailed the conversion, so good stuff from the Wallabies to start things off. Victoria has found a stream. Better late than never. You're only a few minutes behind. 6 minutes and 52 on my clock. Very worried about South Africa now. 3 losses in a row, Jonathan. 2 points difference. Still a good team. Still a good team. Growing pains. New coach, Rassie not there. I know he's in contact with them online, but not quite the same, eh? Oh, Malia's just dropped a sitter to put his team under pressure. Be like Craig and say, watch up or look up when the try happens if you're ahead of everyone else. That's a good point, Craig. CJB O'Connor is on the bench indeed. And we're going to watch the Blue Bulls game later. I will watch the replay in the morning because it's like 10:15 p.m. here. So after this game, I'm going to go to bed. And I'm not getting up until, I don't know, whatever time, as long as my kids sleep. Off topic, but an upset in the NRL tonight and an exciting AFL final currently taking place. Shane, what's the score in the AFL final? Who's winning? I don't know anything about the AFL, but I do know one of my mates has got a multi, which has been going since before the season started, on one of the teams in the final. So he's doing pretty well. Which team do I think is going to win tonight? Fit by mate, I reckon the Wallabies. I predicted the Wallabies on Super Brew anyway. I reckon they'll get it done. I think this Pumas team is still kind of in development stages at the moment. And Jules, indeed, it's a very nice looking stadium up there in North Queensland. I've never really seen it because I don't watch any league. I think the Box need an experienced assistant like Jake White or Johan Ackerman to help Ninaba. I think the idea there was that Rassie would do it, right? Kind of hold his hand for a while. But he's kind of been maybe left in the deep end. But he keeps telling us that he's still in contact with Rassie on Zoom and whatnot, but it's not the same. What's up? I'm going to tune into the game for the second half and listen to the stream for this half. Oh, Charlie. I don't know about commentary, but I'll be talking some nonsense. So there you go. It is a classy Wallabies jersey indeed. They just won a scrum penalty, which is helpful. Makes the jersey look even better. Went to Mission Bay today. It looks like level 1. Yeah. Speaking of the Auckland lockdown, we're supposed to be in kind of strict lockdown where everyone stays near home, but lots of people have been congregating, and there was a 32-person game of touch rugby broken up by the police, so there you go. Melbourne had the better of the first quarter, but it's 39 all in the second quarter. Okay, my mate needs Melbourne to win, so there you go. Mission Bay's okay, but it's not that flash. If nothing's open, what's the point? It's just a beach. It's heaps of beaches. Why Mission Bay? I guess because it's central. What are the Wallabies going to do here? They're just outside the Pumas 22. Cooper bullet pass spins it wide. Hodge takes it to the line again. No luck this time. Cinti brings him down. You can get takeaway pineapple pizza. I can. But like I said earlier, I filmed a lot of people getting some KFC the other day. A lot. A lot. Rating out of 10 for the AB's match. For edge of your seat action, it's got to be like a 9. For the skill and flair, it's got to be like a 2. Overall, it's a good watch, though. Yeah, so Junaid says a 6 or 7 at best. Maybe the average out would be like a 7. Because it had a good tense finish. So you got to give it a positive score, but it's not. It's not a like the Wellington game from 2018. Like that game was was amazing. A lot of sports to watch after this. You got lots of English football watching it up to like 5 a.m. Charlie, you obviously don't have children. You're still a young man. Enjoy your life. I remember the days I used to stay up watching Liverpool to stupid o'clock. Oh, the Pumas have knocked it on. One of them maybe's taken the hit to the face. Halftime Gaza feedback overall. I think Gaza has sent me some messages, but I didn't have time to listen to them. So if you guys want at halftime, I can play you. Holy crap! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 9 minutes of Gaza messages. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Oh my goodness. No, as you know, you didn't miss Gaz's review, but apparently he sent 9 minutes. I haven't even heard it yet. Can't believe you get your up between games. What a pro able to it. Yeah. It's always good for the views to get them out early, eh? So I try. For internationals, it's worth it, eh? After the game, I quickly pack up the computer, move it over there, do a video, grab a couple of snacks, shove them in my face, talk to my wife for a few minutes, move the computer back here, and then we're good to go. Bloody Gaza, bloody messages. I know, bloody 9 messages, Gaza. What the bloody hell? There's handbags as well. Handbags. Lavanini's getting in there with Leota. Quade's getting in there. Quade's pretty zen these days. He's going to tell people to chill, but Lavanini's not having any chill. Oh, April, they were nothing good for you. Terrible chips, unfortunately. What started the handbags? Gaza going on a rant? Yeah, pretty much. Gaza Neal's my dad, my old man. Is the wife interested in rugby? Not really. Not really. Lavanini is a bit aggro. He's been kind of chilled this tournament, but just then he looked proper angry, didn't he? Has Quade got a citizenship? I think Flesh and Mate, he's on the road to it now. They've changed some qualification thing about it that he should be able to get it. Little Abner's and Papa Toy. I have not been, Victoria. I shall have to go at some point. Gaza is $2 rugby, yeah, pretty much. Whoa, who was that came in with a huge push on Hooper? And then Lavanini was getting in on the Leota, probably telling him to get a haircut. He used to get a lot of cuts, but no arm tackles. Lavanini, he's got better at tackling. Yeah, April too, I agree. He just used to get really dumb penalties. He's a big man, but yeah, he still gets the odd dumb one, but not as bad as he used to be. That's certainly true. Patrick says it's difficult to find Argentina jerseys. Patrick, there used to be one store that sold them called UAR Rugby Store. They had all the official Pumas and Juarez gear, but they seem to have, since COVID, they're gone, I think. Yep. eBay's got some second-hand ones. That's about it. When did Matera change position? He's played 8 the last couple of games. Since Bruni got injured, basically. Yeah, he's shifted to 8. And they've brought in that Gonzalez on the left flank. Blackadder, yeah, CJ, mate. Blackadder was good in the All Blacks game. Very good. Pumas scrum penalty this time. It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other at the moment. There's not a heck of a lot of continuity. Got a stuff article edited. Oh, I actually got a stuff article edited once by Liam Napier. He said a bit of a racist thing about Latinos having tempers after a card. Is that right? That's just stereotypical stuff. But the pre-match commentary from the pundits who haven't done any homework is also pretty similar, April, to man. Like, you see these guys before the game, they'll be like, oh, yeah, the Pumas, they'll bring a lot of passion, Argentina is known for their passion. It's like, bro, tell me about one of the players and what you think they will bring to the game instead of just saying they've got passion because they're Argentinian. Yeah. If Cooper has no Aussie citizenship, how can he play for the Wallabies? That's just like rugby residence. Yeah, I don't think all players are citizens by any means. Heaps of the Samoan team are actually Kiwi citizens on Kiwi passports, but they can play for Samoa based on their grandparents or parents. So same thing with like residency. Like I think CJ would have been playing for Ireland before he was an Irish citizen. Same deal. Kevin Norco agreed with my complaint and changed the article. It's just underlying stuff. It's not cool. You over it. Had another Liam AP article at the Herald edited for something similar. It's just lazy journalism, April too, yeah. It's just lazy. Pretty sure Tony Olatupo doesn't have Aussie citizenship. I wouldn't be surprised. He's only been in Aussie 5 years. I think they talk about passion because they don't want to talk down the team. Maybe. But they should at least be able to say something insightful. Did Karevi get the ball down there or did they put a try saver on? I think there's... Oh, no. He's got it down. I was going to say he had it. I thought Cordero might have got him, but nope. On second look, I reckon he's got that down. Lazy stereotyping inflation. Absolutely. As April Tui also says, lazy stereotypes. Yeah. I see it too much, eh? I think if you guys remember the 10-14, I know April Tui does, but that's why they said they got into like making kind of punditry stuff, is because they were like sick of some of the lazy journalism that would be out there. So like rugby related punditry being real like dumb, basically. It's 14-0, folks. 10-14 sellouts. I don't know what happened to them. Oops, wrong one. 10-14 were always looking to go mainstream, though. That was their plan. 10-14 were great. I hope they come back soon. Love the stats and analysis they brought in. No one else does it. But their plan was to start with YouTube and a website, build an audience, become legitimate, and then get onto basically get onto mainstream media. They went on to Sky first, and then they went on to Spark Sport. So that was always the plan. Victoria Super Bruiser pick is starting to look a little bit slim. We'll see if Buffelli nails this one. What did I pick it by? Crowd's given Buffelli all kinds of boos. He's taking his time. I picked Australia by 9. 10 for 10 was caused a shame. No, they said they were creating a new positive media outlet. They got people to write for free on that premise. I swear I heard them talk about wanting to kind of... Maybe it was after they'd gone on to Spark. There was an article about them, about how they kind of made it. I'll update the score in a second because Buffelli's kicked that penalty, so it's actually 14 points to 3. And then from the restart, it's going to be a scrum on halfway because he kicked it out on the full. Squid Rugby's done a bit of mainstream stuff too for Super Bowl South Africa. Have you been approached? Jean, only just with that video recently to do a promo for the URC, but I told them I was gonna do URC content anyway, so it was kind of an easy one. Love to see 2 Cents doing a live chat of the games on Sky as he does now. 10-14 guys to come on after. Do the analysis with Gareth popping in for a laugh. That would be fun. Not sure what's more off-putting, the kicker, the booing, or the stony silence. I kind of reckon silence might actually be more off-putting. Like you can hear everything. I don't know. Off topic, looking for next to a video on. I'm just like, nah, it's all exhausting, constant negative. You hate all the drama follows. Yeah, Simon, try not to focus on the negative stuff, eh? Although that kind of stuff sells. But I don't know. Don't do any videos on topics you don't want to talk about. Don't sell out 2 Cents. I plan to keep my destiny in my own hands. So I don't really want to work for anybody else if I can avoid it. Why do we get stuck with ex-players and coaches in bad-fitting suits all the time on Sky? I think it's kind of like an accepted gig, right? If you're a former player, that you kind of pay your dues with Sky, they'll reward you with a gig. Don't know. I'm sure there's some kind of old boys club going on there. BU 2 Cents, yeah. You ever think about doing a collab with the Kiwi lads? Yeah, I could. Honestly, I'm pretty bad at replying them. I get emails, not from the Kiwi lads, but I get emails from people pretty regularly who are like, do you want to do a collaboration? Do you want to do a collaboration? Do you want to do a collaboration? And it's often it's from people who've just started a channel. I always find it kind of a hard one to organize my my time, which is a lazy thing to say. But it's like, because I've done one with G-Man, I've done one with the Rugby Analyst, it's like I've got to make sure I drop off my kids at school. This is when we're not in lockdown. Drop off my kids at school, come home, immediately do the collab thing straight away because it'll be bad for Gareth or for Rugby Analyst on their time zone. I don't know, it's just it's extra work. It's a bad excuse. Too laid back for the Kiwi lads. I'd probably talk a bit slower. Followed me at 4,000 subs. Yeah. The subscribers thing is a weird one. It jumps up and down depending on what's going on, eh? Do you have Oz commentary or does New Zealand Sky do it for me? No, I've got the Aussie commentary, Jules. The Kiwi guys have obviously returned to their hotels. Or maybe they stayed around to watch the game. Did Elton even get onto the pitch tonight? I don't think so. I think it was Pollard for the 80, which kind of defeats the purpose of putting on the extra back. If you're not going to use them, you might as well have just gone the 6-2 split. Why don't we check? I'm also curious. Stats. Lineups. Gotta watch the game, Mark. No, Elton didn't get off the bench. Pretty sure the Kiwi commentators aren't in Australia, actually? No way. Surely they'd have to be there. It's hard commentating a game from a TV for them, surely. He never said he wanted Elton on at 70, but there was a concern about Marco's shoulder, so he had to keep Elton back. Is that right? How do you think Jordan was it? How do you think Jordan's game was 1 to 10? Oh, he was pretty good. Especially at the end. He'd be one of the better New Zealand performers. He's probably the best back. And then, like someone said, Blackadder maybe best forward. Thinking the same thing. Styles need to be compatible for a collaboration to work. You checked out the Kiwi lads last week and it was too fast. Yeah, I've done collaborations with Gareth Mason, G-Man, and Rugby Analyst, because we kind of have similar style channels, I guess. They've been doing it for ages as well. I don't know. I'm not huge on the collab thing, but it is cool to do. But yeah, I think collab stuff kind of needs to be like a special thing rather than just like every other day. I used to follow a channel that just like its collab videos started getting really popular. So they started doing collab videos like every week. And you can only see so many collab videos where it kind of, I don't know, gets a bit old. Same like anything, right? Wonder how G-Man was after that game. Yeah, true. Tough one for him. Hopefully he's had a couple of drinks. Holy Duck reckons this Argentinian kit looks great. So did my wife, actually. I really want me to collab with this gardening channel I follow. April 2, my lawn is actually starting to look not ugly at the moment because it's covered in like 100 liters of compost. And my parents brought over some grass clippings, so it actually looks decent at the moment. Collaborations are hard to pull off because they need to offer something unique if you want to grab both audiences. So just a regular video with an additional face, it's kind of defeatist. There you go, Simon. You're a smart dude. Simon Barnes has got his own YouTube channel. He's a Kiwi, South African Kiwi based in China. But if you don't follow Chinese YouTube drama stuff, you may not know what some of the content's about, but it's pretty good stuff. Man, this game's flying by. We're at 29 and a half minutes. I've been talking probably a bunch of rubbish the whole time, but the Pumas are kind of holding things off at the moment, eh? Callaway still looks bloody good at this level. Very much a niche audience. There you go, Simon. That's right. How do you keep fit? Watching so much TV is not exactly healthy, Ian. I usually walk a lot. Like when I drop my kids off, I walk everywhere. But we're in lockdown at the moment, so the kids aren't going anywhere. So I'm just doing exercise routines from YouTube. If you want a YouTube channel recommendation, check out a guy called Bully Juice. Bully, Bully, Juice, Bully Juice. He's this real fit American guy, and he does these workouts, which are sometimes pretty brutal, and you try to follow along, and like you're about to die, and he gives you like a thumbs up, like as he's doing like a freaking, I don't know, squat number 100. He gives you a thumbs up, and he inspires you to do like another few squats. I don't know. Good channel. Janae says to watch up. I'm looking. The Wallabies have been knocking on the door for a while. 8 phases. Where's Big Will? Jonathan, I think Big Will mainly does Twitter now. Yeah, he's got a Twitter account. And he tweets like mad. I follow him on Twitter. He tweets a lot. He tweets a lot of rugby stuff. So he kind of does his own kind of like live commentary thing via Twitter. Like he tweets kind of the main events of the games and opinions about stuff. That's not a try. Base of the post don't count anymore. Fitness Blender is my favorite. We also do Coach Kel, but it's like ballet stuff you might not like. I'll be willing to give it a try. I'm on like a 30-day workout with the Bully Juice at the moment. So I'll see how I go. When was that change, Gary? I think that was like was it last year or was the start of this year? Base of the post hasn't counted for a while. Yeah, probably sensible the Wallabies take the points because they've been knocking on the door for ages. Your mate won't be happy with the multi. The Western Bulldogs have taken the lead in the AFL. Is it the Western Bulldogs that are in the final? No way. Didn't realize the base of the post law had changed. Yeah, they changed it. It's a while ago. Where that if you ground the ball against the base of the post, that's no longer considered a try. You have to get it onto the actual whitewash. So yeah, base of the post doesn't count for nothing. Right, Cooper smashes that one over. So we head to 17 points to 3. They get some reward for all that pressure. He should get this. Flesh, and not many times I say it, but I reckon I could have got that one. I could have toe hacked that one over. I didn't know it was the Bulldogs in the final of the AFL because my aunt and cousin are massive Bulldogs fans. Good to know you're keeping fit with the stressing muscles and tendons, bones, stop being healthy. Yeah. I have to do something, man. I can't just. I get sore. I guess I'm getting old. My body gets sore if I don't move it. You know what I mean? Get a sore back. It's because I'm tall. I slouch and stuff if I don't move my body. So even if we're in lockdown, I need to do something. Probably fair because you can't defend the post. CJB, I've always found it a bit weird that the base of the post counted as a try. It's always been a really hard one to defend. So yeah, I mean, there's an argument that you make it easier to defend by making that law like that you can't ground it against the base of the post, but I don't think it's been a major change. Defending against the base of the post is impossible. Yeah, exactly. It always seemed like a really weird one to me. Which of the new laws do you think World Rugby will bring in? Which one would you like to see? To be honest, I would like World Rugby to keep the freaking laws the same for a while and let things kind of settle down. They always seem to be tinkering. Okay, Corbett called a mark and then didn't stop playing. If you get restless legs if you lay in bed, if you get restless legs if you lay in bed too long, now you're retired, you're getting older. I'm not quite at that point. I do still like a good sleep in, but my kids don't really let me sleep in very much. Makes you wonder why they can't leave it alone. I know. They keep trying to make improvements to it, but if you don't let it settle for a while, I feel like it's not good for the game. Like if you're a casual fan, if you don't watch a lot of rugby, like if they do bring in 50-22s and you start watching rugby in the next World Cup and the 50-22 is still there and they start happening, you'd be like, what the hell's going on? It kind of takes you out of the game, you know what I mean? Like there's not many games. Oh, Callaway. There's not many sports where I feel like they change them as much as rugby, but then again, I don't follow other sports as much. Not so old, telling you to keep healthy and fit. You got osteoporosis. Not a good one. I will endeavour to keep healthy, mate. Not a big fan of goal line dropout. Seems like it gives teams an easy exit and means less tries if the ball is held up. I think what their plan with the goal line dropouts is to avoid teams like if you watch the Premiership, like Exeter Chiefs, they love like just driving over. Like if Exeter Chiefs get the ball within 5 meters of the opposition line, from what limited amount I've seen them, they never spin it to the backs. They just always one-off runner, one-off runner, one-off runner, one-off runner, one-off runner, one-off runner, and eventually will grind you and get a try. But if you if you hold us up, then we're going to have a scrum, and then we're going to do the same thing again. They're trying to stop that kind of play, I think, by saying, well, you can go one-off runner, one-off runner, one-off runner, but if you get held up, you're going to be back, on halfway. So they're trying to kind of punish teams for not scoring clean tries. So, but I mean, I also like a good 5-meter scrum, but I don't know. I'm willing to see how it goes anyway. But yeah, I agree with Jezza. They do seem to, they just keep trying to steal a lot of stuff from rugby league, which is bizarre because rugby league exists. Can you take a drop goal directly after catching a goal line dropout? Yes, Harry, you can actually. We saw the Americans do it against the Canadians, which was genius. They might have to tinker with that one because I haven't seen anyone else do it yet, but the Americans did it. The Canadians kicked the goal line dropout long. Their halfback was just like, okay, and he just slotted it over from like 40 meters under no pressure. I'm literally surprised I haven't seen anyone else do it yet because it's pretty genius. You get essentially a free shot. If you've got someone like Franstein, even with not even as big a boot as that, most world-class goal kickers, or at least elite level goal kickers, should be able to drop kick a ball straight for 40 meters. So it might make teams do the dropouts left or right rather than just directly straight up. Man, Karevi. Was it Karevi or was it Corbett? A big hit. Australia definitely running away with this match. Yeah, we haven't seen a heck of a lot from Argentina, and it's almost halftime. France did it from 70 meters. Yeah, I think I've seen that clip. That's way back in the day. That's in France, I think. I think I know the clip you're talking about. League has only really played pro in Australia. Look, Yorkshire and Lancashire don't count, so why is Ian trying to copy that? That's a good question, Flesh, and I'm not sure what the deal is. I guess because League is like the most similar sport that they see stuff they want to. Oh, head clash between Crema and Leota did not end well. Oh, no, that's not Crema. That's Jimenez Gonzalez when he played for Racing, right? Remember, and I said, oh, the team kicking the goal and dropper went short. Went to the length of field and short scored. Oh, I can't remember. Did that happen? I watched too much rugby. Mitch Hunt drop goal, 40 meters off the angle after the clock's gone on the red was an amazing. I do remember that one, Junaid. I got a bad memory, but that one I remember. That was against the Highlanders. Funny with referees, even if the decisions are technically correct, some are just more irritating than others. That's also true. I often find it funny because Nigel Owens is the ref that's kind of generally accepted as a guy who's like, a well-liked and respected ref, which is pretty rare because most people don't really care for refs. But he was one of the guys who was like not really a letter of the law ref. Like he often let stuff go or would give a warning verbally before blowing the whistle. Whereas one of the main things us as the rugby community complains about is the refs not being consistent. Whereas if actually refs kind of are consistent and the way they blow penalties every time it's a penalty, we criticize them for being too kind of strict. You know what I mean? It's like they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. But anyway. There are decisions that are technically correct and other decisions that are just keep the game going. Yeah, that's kind of like what like referees are given that judgment to often not blow the whistle the first time. They'll say roll away when it's actually technically a penalty because they want the game to keep flowing, but other refs don't. Would you like to see Japan and Fiji added to a Southern Six Nations? It could work. It's just got to be competitive, eh? I think it's his communication skills that let us look past such. Oh, yeah, he's a good communicator, that's for sure. Nigel Owen's been doing some really good YouTube videos for World Rugby. Yeah, his Whistle Watch and whatever it's called. That's quite fun. I didn't watch the most recent one, but I did watch it. Nigel's quite heavily criticised among English refs, especially the older ones, for being too lenient and really missing the point of why he's so appreciated. Yeah, I do get that, but honestly, I think that's like it's a thing that it's kind of contradictory. We say we want refs that are consistent, and we say that we like Nigel Owens, whereas he was, yeah, like you said, kind of a bit of a softie at times. Trivia time, Randy. Man, I haven't written bugger all for this game. I've written like 3-4 lines. Did not much happen in that half, or I've just been talking bollocks the whole time. Oh, Gazamania. We got the 9 minutes of Gazamania. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. We already had that one. This one. Trivia time. What New Zealand ground, so as in sports ground, was the first night rugby test match played at? So what New Zealand, as a rugby ground, was the first night rugby test match played at? It's not Eden Park. Also watches a load of bull. I do get it. Not Eden Park. Nope. Old Christchurch ground. Nope. Lancaster Park. Nope. Wellington. Nope. Smaller. Think smaller. Some ground in the Tron. Nope. Christchurch. Nope. Give up. This is a hard one to Google, eh? Carisbrook. No. Novmum. Napier. Yeah. McLean Park. I think it's in Napier. McLean Park. I think it's in Napier. Jeez, that's embarrassing if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. McLean Park. Color me surprised as well. I wouldn't have guessed it. I would have thought Eden Park. No ref's going to have a good game until the laws aren't really in conflict. The laws are often really vague. Honestly, if you read the laws, you think it'd be specific, but it's pretty vague. But I guess there's already enough of them. You got to keep it kind of vague. That's in Napier. Good. My memory was not fooling me. Right, let's check out the stats. It is indeed all Australia. Possession 64-36. Territory 65-35. What do we got? Clean breaks 6-0 in favor of the Wallabies. Run meters 288-74. It's all Wallabies, folks. Defenders beaten 17-2. It's kind of same old story, isn't it? Same old story. Alaran wants thoughts on the All Blacks game. Well, if you want 9 minutes of Gaza, I'm going to turn that on now because Gaza sent me some messages about the game.
Well, Mick Murray, it was a scrappy game. We made it hard for ourselves. The referee, where did they get him from? They dragged him back out of the English Channel. God, he was terrible. Should have chucked him in the Thames. Oh, did the right team win? Oh, God, I don't know. Don't ask me. We played their game and we beat them, but it could have gone either way. The ref, Foster's not happy. I don't blame him. It's a win. Got our Rugby Championship, but gee, should have done a lot better than that, son.
Sounds drunk.
Yeah.
You might be right, Mark. He sounds
the referee
slow.
I'm going to give him a 10 out of 20, but I shouldn't really give him that. I'm being generous.
Why did he say 10 out of 20? Why not just 5 out of 10?
Yeah, scrappy game. Both teams to blame.
Very different vibe.
We played their game and won, which we're a bit lucky, but I don't know.
Sounds disappointed is right.
Scrappy game, drop ball, penalties, tackling in the air. I mean, at the end of the day,
really
I don't think either team
slow.
can be really happy with their performance. Both these teams are, can play a lot better than that. Bag the ref, bag the players as well.
There you go. Bag the players, not just the ref.
We should have run it a lot more and run them off their bloody feet, which we should have done, but we didn't. We kept kicking it, so did they. They dropped the ball, so did we. Oh, well, I think it's a game that we both teams needed to get, really. The only positive is we've won the Rugby Championship.
Take the win.
Bloody next week, we better run these guys off their bloody feet. How many times do they have somebody down, walking to the line out, stopping play with injuries? The All Blacks didn't do that. South Africans do, and that's what their game is.
Slowing the game down.
I'm
Angry.
bloody glad they haven't got Rassie Rasmus on this tour, boy. He'd be bloody splitting hairs. He'd be bald by now. Yeah, well, it's one of those games where I think we just forget it, eh? We were below average, so were they. I don't know where the Springbok teams come from the World Cup. Everybody's saying Super Rugby. I don't think so. They had a real hard series against the Lions, so they were battle hardened. Yeah, I think the All Blacks need to play the running game and run these guys off their feet because we got the back line, we just didn't use it, eh? Both teams' defences was pretty good. Who won the forward battle? 50-50. Their forwards are good as ours.
Mm-hmm. There's his own YouTube
I think
channel.
our backs are better than theirs, but I think their backs are underrated. I think their backs could be a lot better, you know, if they believed in themselves, which they obviously don't because they kicked all the bloody time.
Kicks all the bloody time.
Any changes for next week? Probably not. Maybe one or two. Jacobson was out. Bridge, maybe Reece should come in on the wing.
Agreed.
That might be the only one. Wasn't really Bridges' bloody fault, but I mean, he just missed the bloody ball, scored a try. Could happen to anybody. Yeah, who played well? Oh, I don't know. Pay your money, take your bloody choice. I think the All Blacks will get a bit of borax about this performance. It was their best performance by a long stretch of the imagination. Yeah, so Jordy Barrett, he played all right.
Yeah, agreed.
You always see no Wanger back next week and Baby on the bench. Whether that makes a difference, I don't know, because he's the only extra player to bring in at this stage. Thought Hoskins Tutu played all right when he came on. Yeah, Cody Taylor, he was good in the first half. South Africa, Lord Diego had a good game. Kagler Smith had a good game. He made a difference to their Lucies. But I think both these teams will look back at this bloody game as one they want to forget, eh? I mean, there weren't really many outstanding performances. We missed chances, so did they. I mean, yeah. So you tell your subscribers it was a scrappy game, which they obviously know. Player of the match. Right,
Jordy
Barrett.
Hey.
Okay. Hoskins Tutu when he came on was good. Smith and Lord Diego for the South Africans, they would be my two picks.
Smith, Sinead, there you go.
But, you know, both teams can do a lot better, so I hope we have a thriller from Manila next week. Because both these teams over there, public over there, a top-notch bloody performance, eh? Yeah.
2 minutes to go.
I don't think Foster will be happy. I know Jacques Neighbour won't be happy.
Jacques Neighbour.
Foster needs to tell these guys to use their backs a bit more because I think our backs are better than theirs. The forwards are even.
He's yawning now. It's getting late.
Like I say, I think the South African backline's better than what they actually think it is. Not as good as ours, but it's not a disastrous backline.
Not a disastrous backline.
Yeah. Not much else I can say, son.
Still got 1 minute to go.
Did the right team win? Oh, God knows. I don't know. Maybe it should have been a draw. I don't know. We won. That's the main thing. But I won't remember this game for the 100th test. As
Fair
a
enough.
thriller from Manila, I'll bloody remember it as a scrappy game. The All Blacks won by 2 points.
Fair call.
So that's about all I've got to say on this game. Yeah,
Last
the
one.
ref could have cost any team the game, but I don't think he did really. Just that, you know, that's the way the goals went, eh? So, yeah. Pollard was all right with his kicking, so was Barrett. Pollard missed a 1 or 2, I think.
He's still going, Mark. Yep. 9 minutes.
Yeah, I hope these bloody guys put on a better performance next week. We played their game. They sucked us in. So I think Foster, Moore, and Plumtree and bloody McLeod will give these guys a bit of a bloody rocket during the bloody week. Because,
there you go.
I mean, if the All Blacks play to their potential, they wipe these guys by 20, bloody 30 points. But not when you get this bloody stupid, scrappy, bloody kick all the bloody time, eh? Anyway, I'll let you go, mate. Cheers. Love you guys. Bye.
Whew, bloody long, that one. There you go. Darmundi, mate, good to see you. Your boys have been pretty good, but haven't scored that many points. What can I say? They could be doing better. That's exactly 127,422 bloodies. They're probably about right, about normal. He's not happy with that game. Not happy with that game at all. And I can tell he's a bit tired. There was a couple of yawns in there. But yeah. He's right, though. The Springboks backs don't get enough ball. I think that's what he was kind of trying to say. And, yeah, give my dad 20 out of 20. Yeah, he's come up with this out of 20 rating system recently. Don't know why. He was making up for his bloody quota in the last 30 seconds. That's right. He was kind of a bit sparing on them, wasn't he? Kaz is right. Nobody is happy. Blocks were improved, but the standard's not good enough. Yeah. All work and exams are marked out of 20 here. Is that right? Stalia, man, how's it going? What were the thoughts of the ABs and box game summed up in one sentence? It was an ugly game, but it had a close finish. There you go. Video on education reform. Good man. I mean, I'm curious about what's happening with that, but like, as you said, kind of a pretty niche, bit of a niche audience. But yeah, as long as you're happy doing it, that's the main thing. I'll watch it. Man, is it still halftime? Or was that just a really long 9 minutes? I don't know. When's the second half get underway? Can't be too far. Quinton Tupaia, he looked pretty sharp compared to Harvey, that's for sure. Shane wants to chuck in a trivia question, easily Googleable, so no cheating. When did the ABs first start performing the haka on home soil instead of only when they were away? I do not know, Shane. No idea. No idea. Randy also has no idea. Leinster tonight against the Bulls, Mark, mate. Yeah, I think that's on at bloody 5 o'clock in the bloody morning over bloody here. So I will probably bloody watch it tomorrow after I wake up bloody on demand. Didn't even know that New Zealand did the haka only went away. You and me both, Starleo, mate. You and me both. Zach, man, been a while since calling the streams. How you feeling about the Pumas' performance? It seems a bit more of the same. Like they're only 14 points down, but they've not really looked like scoring any tries. They've not been exactly cranking up the run meters. They've been under the pump. They've had to defend a lot. Yeah. Ribsy, man, how's it going? Bloody time zones is right, Stalio, but thank goodness for on-demand viewing, eh? Thank goodness for that. Oh, Wolfsong, man, there's heaps of games on. Wasps are playing. Leinster's playing, Munster's playing, the Sharks are playing, the Bulls are playing, the Stormers are playing, Benetton's playing. All the other premiership teams apart from Saracens, Leicester, and Gloucester are playing. There's loads of games on. I'm going to be watching a couple of them at least on demand. No, my internet's been a jerk all night. I missed the whole AB's game. Looks like it was a good one. It was a bit ugly, but it was a tense finish, which, like someone, I think Gareth said that earlier, I can definitely take that. I can live with a close game, 2 tries. The error rate was a bit high, but I will take that ahead of 57-0 for sure. The Pumas feel like they've lost that hunger from last year. The Pumas have got a few guys out. It must be said. They got a few guys injured. They got a few guys in Europe who couldn't get released or had to go back to their clubs. So it's not exactly a full-strength Pumas team, but it's almost full strength, I think. Still, I forgot to do Super Brew. Oh, damn. It happens though, bro. Thoughts on Josh Ioane going to the Chiefs and D-Mac, he's going to Japan, isn't he? So, yeah, I think that's a decent move. Josh needs a change of scenery. He keeps getting into off-the-field trouble, if you guys didn't know. Still guessing Shane from New Zealand's question. The 80s is apparently the right decade. 83. When was the last time Reece Hodge caught a high ball? I don't mind Reece Hodge, but yeah. High ball stuff isn't exactly his forte. No full score on Super Brew this week, Mark. I also went with Zebra. Yeah, Gareth, that one. For some reason, I was like the Lions traveling. The Lions are the weakest team. Zebra is kind of established. They're at home. And then they went down like 38-0. Sinead says to watch up. What am I about to see here? Carreras, kicking for touch. Happy days. I'll be bloody watching my son play for Oxford Harlequins versus Newbury this afternoon. Well done, Fletcher, mate. Good luck to him. Hope he has a good game. Pumas more time. Come on, Pumas. You need to get some points on the board. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That's try time, baby. Montoya all over that. Pumas needed that. The game needed that. Wallabies didn't need that, but everyone else did. Kia Haynes eating humble pie. Yeah, I muted that guy on the old Twitter because that guy's just the ultimate clickbait merchant. So yeah, nah. I'm pretty tolerant of listening to all sides of a story, but that guy's just talking rubbish. Absolute tripe. That's the third try of the tournament for the Pumas. Like, they've struggled to get over the line. So that's, much needed, like I say. Him and Rugby Onslaught, I don't follow Rugby Onslaught at all either. Also, nonsense. Absolute nonsense. So, yeah. Come on, Buffelli. Is he going to get the kick? If he gets the kick, it's game on. And he's just hit it off the post. It was looking good. But it just drifted too far left. So it's still a kind of comfortable one for the Aussies at the moment. Editing the score to 17 points to 10. 8 mark. 8. Missed the conversion. Bring back the AB's accountant to take the high balls. Well, Bender. Is it just me, or have guys gotten worse at taking high balls? Like, Carreras just took a beautiful one, but I mean, Ben Smith was pretty bloody good at them. I know he's not a popular fella, but Israel Folau was magnificent at them. Like, there's a bunch of guys who used to be really good at taking high balls. Seems like a lot of teams struggle with it now. That young fellow over in England, he's really good, but he's a bit of a big unit as well. Stewart, he's a big unit. He's like Geordie Barrett. He's like a 6'5" fullback. Would love to see Cordero get a try, but you can't see it. He's not hitting the ball, eh? Go, Tupou. Go. Go, Tupou. Oh, he's passed it to the ground. More competition in the air now. Oh, Max Izzy's not unpopular, but he's divisive anyway. I think Geordie mentioned the way Faf kicks it just makes it hard to catch. Is that right? Bridge, Jason, I know, right? Bridge was clearly picked because he's a safe option under the high ball, and then goodness knows what happened. Cordero doesn't touch the ball well in this tourney like all the Pumas. It does seem to be a bit of an issue. Natural talent, mate. According to Rugby Onslaught, it's Beth standing watching the haka. Oh, yeah. It's a joke. It's clearly a joke. They try to annoy people who take it a bit seriously, though. Two of us a shit could be great under the high balls. I hope he has a good season, Charlie Man, eh? Who's a fan of booing the kicker? Yeah, I think ever since I've grown up, the kids have booed the kickers, though, eh? I don't see it much in Europe, though. Seems to be a bit of a difference. Come on, Pumas. Get it to Cordero and Boffelli. Those guys are magic. Carreras with the dink through. How many people are chasing it? Absolutely none. The internet learns that rage clicks count the same as normal clicks, Ribsy. Yes. Agree. The current setup of the way social media stuff is done is essentially prone to outrage, clickbaity style stuff. Yes. When's Roger Tuivasa-Sheck having his first run out? He should be doing it now. There's nothing in that with Kremer flattening Corabetti, I think. What's he done? He just pushed him. Was it after the whistle? I mean, maybe. But he's got his left arm around him, right? I don't know. Schlanger, mate. Long time no see. How's it going? Oh, yeah. Well, we're talking about Roger. He was supposed to be playing in the NPC, but Auckland's still in lockdown, so he can't play, which kind of sucks for him because he was supposed to be getting a bit of experience under his belt with the NPC, but it's not happening. Trivia question. What was unique about the semi-final between Cardiff and Leinster in the Heineken Cup? Cardiff and Leinster? Not the Cardiff and Leicester one? There's one that's the drop goals. Not on the Bears or the 16 like behaving. Good man, Schlanger. If it was Leicester, I think that's the kicking, the goal kicks to the side. What do you think it's an all-star game like NBA North versus South? Well, yeah, that's a cool idea, but where do you fit it on the calendar and how do you get all the players to get released for that game? It would suck if somebody got like a broken arm or, did an ACL in an all-stars game, eh? But it'd be a hell of a spectacle. I'd watch it. Closest we get with that is kind of like Barbars, eh? What about your old Blues player who might make the Wales team, Michael Collins? He's okay. He's nothing startling. He had a pretty good year in 2021, this year. Yeah, in Super Rugby Aotearoa, he was actually pretty good for the Highlanders. But he's okay. He's not that fast. He's solid. Definitely solid. Not spectacular. Solid. Collins been good at 13. Yeah, he wasn't the greatest fullback, but in the midfield, he looks more comfortable. That's for sure. Randy's right. They played him at fullback for quite some time, but he's not really. Again, he's solid. He's safe, but he's not. Yeah, he's not great. Who do I think is going to win the URC? Leinster are massive favourites, but we'll have a better idea after the Bulls have a go at them. But we also need some of the Springbok guys to go back to their domestic teams to give us a better idea where the South Africa teams are at too. 2 cents Australia by 9 points isn't looking too bad. Yeah, I picked the Aussies by 9. I figured it would be a relatively close one. But that being said, I also picked the All Blacks by 9 over the Springboks, and that pick went meow. So, yeah. Time for some bench players, Jules thinks. Not a terribly exciting match. See, I don't know if I'm just tired because it's like 11:30. But this kind of reminds me of last week against the All Blacks with Argentina, where I was kind of just like going through the motions. Yeah. Like it's not a big old spectacle. If it gets a bit closer, it'll get exciting. How am I watching the URC Star Leo? I watched one game this morning on what was the channel? The Irish channel, TR4. with the VPN on demand. It was in Irish, but I was watching the game. I don't really care. But if I got no commentary, I don't mind. And then I think RTE's got some of the games as well. It was Mark Dunphy that put me onto that. TG4, that's the one, James. Thank you, buddy. Handling errors, lots of penalties, just a snooze of a game. Okay. Because I actually mentioned that in the review last week. I was like, I was getting a bit, I didn't say going to sleep, but I said I was like less than enthralled with it. And I shouldn't take any YouTube comments personally, but something I was like, no, man, it was really exciting. Pumas were really having a crack. And I was like, no, I didn't reply to him. The Pumas weren't cracking the All Blacks defense at all. It was just almost like a defense session, training ground just training session. Anyway, Buffele's just missed a penalty, so it's still more than a one-try game for the Wallabies at the moment. Missed kicks are starting to add up for the Pumas, though. I think I'm tired. Game's heating up. If the Pumas can hang in, it's going to be a cracking last 15. Ellie, yeah, it might be a cracking last 15. It's just not a cracking one at the moment. But yeah, then again, maybe I need to get out of the house more. When's the lockdown over, Anthony? Not sure, man. Not sure. We've got at least one more week, but it'll probably go longer. Our vaccine rates need to get higher, basically. Come on, get it wide, man, bro. Why are you taking that one into contact? Now you're getting pushed back over the advantage line. Happy the Storm didn't make the NRL final. Yeah, the Storm are pretty good, right? Things have swung back Melbourne's way in the AFL. Sounds like a bit of a cracker of a game, Shane. 16 cases, so it won't be until we are 90% vaccinated, in my opinion, Zach. Yeah. It's going to take a bit more time. Hopefully level 2 in a week and a bit. Need to see some other people other than those just in my house. CJB, I agree. What sucks is it's school holidays in a week's time. So we're going to go immediately from having the kids home 24 hours a day to having the kids home for school holidays, which is just bonkers. Charlie's off to watch the football. All right, Charlie, man, have a good one. Come on, Boffelli. Get it, man. Get it. Nah, Hodge is all over that. Do New Zealand play England this year? Nah, they don't. They don't play England this year. How many businesses have gone under in New Zealand? This is going on, Fleshing. I think the government, I don't know. I'm not a business owner, but I think the government bails them out, basically, to a certain degree, but I'm sure some are going out of business for sure. What subjects am I teaching at home? We make my son do some homework and stuff every day, that's for sure. He doesn't get off lightly. But it kind of sucks because the teacher does a 40-minute Zoom class 3 days a week. 3 days a week. And now it's school holidays. I feel it's kind of brutal. But anyway. Autumn International watch-alongs for sure. And it looks like we're going to get some Jock, hopefully. Get Jock on, man. Get McDermott on. Are they really going to check that one from Kramer? What did he do? Oh, because it's a trip? He's going to get him for a trip? Don't see that very often. Yeah. Kremer is another guy who sometimes does some pretty dumb stuff. Yellow card. It's just what they didn't need. Like Ali said, the Pumas have been coming into it, but that's going to swing momentum back Aussie's way, surely. Jock's coming on for Cooper. Hopefully, Jock's in good shape, man. He's been out for ages. Ireland, we have 75% capacity attendance at the moment. And from October 23rd, it's 100. That's good news, James, mate. You guys are well ahead with your vaccine, though. We're way behind. See how Jock goes. Yeah. Fingers crossed he's going to have a good one. Same thing happened to one of the Australian players against South Africa and also got a yellow card. Sounds like it's consistent. Wouldn't you get super annoyed as a teammate if they did stupid stuff like that? Yes. Thoughts on Faf de Klerk to the Western Force? Surely not. Surely. I haven't heard anything about it. Surely that can't be the case. Although he's got a big old contract at Sale. Elizabeth's on 3 months lockdown. Which part of Australia are you in? 3 months lockdown. Is that Victoria or is that New South Wales? New South Wales. That's brutal. Glad the streams help you to pass the time. They help me. This is the kind of the closest thing I'm getting to human interaction outside my house and playing my dad's conversations to you guys. So there you go. And McDermott, yeah, James. McDermott's a proper live wire. So good to see him. Hopefully he can inject a bit of pace into the game. Wollongong, New South Wales. There you go. My mate who's got the bet on Melbourne is also in New South Wales. I know I've been getting updates on lockdown from him. It sounds like it's pretty brutal. Shane says, why does it seems to be some kind of issue between New Zealand and England about how seldom we seem to play them. I'm not sure if it's true, but I have heard some people mention that England doesn't share the gate takings like some of the other unions do with the All Blacks. I don't know if there's any truth in that at all. I've literally got that from like guys in the live stream talking about it. But yeah, it's potential, man, because the All Blacks organize matches to make money. So are the Aussie lockdowns as intense as the New Zealand level 4? I don't think so. I think more stuff's open compared to our level 4. Because our level 4, it's literally just supermarkets and pharmacies, right? Nothing else. Can't even get fast food. Still sucks. Exactly right, Elizabeth. I honestly wish they'd kind of done something with the school holidays thing. It kind of like, excuse my language, but it kind of pissed me off on my son's like Zoom class the other day. Because there's like always like 2 teachers in the Zoom class. And they started like joking around about, hey, like school holidays are coming. I'm like, bro, you guys are teaching 1 hour a week. Like, more, an hour and 20 minutes. Over 3 days. You get 2 days, no freaking classes. You're pretty much on holiday as it is, man. Anyway, I know Zoom classes with freaking 5-year-olds can't be ideal. That's kind of hard to prepare a lesson plan. You can't get kids to listen when they're in person, let alone on Zoom. But yeah, I know. Don't rub it in my face, man. Save that for your own little private conversation, please. Right. Jock's just kicked a penalty. He hasn't lost the kicking boots. So there we go. It's 20 points to 8. Why wouldn't you move the holidays forward? Apparently it's too hard. And the teachers are still technically working. And I mean, maybe some teachers are, but my son's school ain't doing sweet nothing. Zoom classes with 20-year-olds is hard enough. Yeah, I bet. And I'm sure some teachers are actually doing a lot more hours than 3 40-minute lessons. And a 40-minute lesson, you've still got to prepare all the content. That takes time. But it's not exactly like a full-time gig. Teachers on a salary, so they might not care as much. Yeah, that's probably true. I mean, my son's teacher is really good, actually, and especially when they're in school, she's very, very good. I just didn't appreciate them gloating about how much they were looking forward to school holidays when they've been doing much less work than usual. Anyway, lockdown's hard on everybody. I should have a word with those teachers. Like I said, like when they're in class, she's actually really good. His teacher is really, really quite good. Argentina read twice the team this half. Yeah, but still only 5 points to show for it. My sister was doing Zoom chats for her early childhood center during level. Can't imagine 1 to 4-year-olds on Zoom. Yeah, my daughter gets sent invites for like Zooms for her childcare center, and I'm like, nah, she's not. There's no point. That's bonkers. Triggered since rugby Stalio. Yeah, I feel like not a lot annoys me, but that one. I mean, no stuff annoys me, but that one annoyed me more than other stuff. What did I do in China? I had just assumed taught English. What did you do in China? Yeah, I taught English in China when I lived there. It was a pretty good gig. Teachers are working behind the scenes getting lessons together. Exactly, Craig. And I don't know. Maybe my son's teacher goes to the Zooms of the other teachers' classes. I don't know. I don't think so. But yeah. Come on, Pumas. More time. Despite the fact you're a man down, you need to get this thing trucking up. No. Oh, but it's a penalty to the Pumas. Where's the Chinese liquor? It's still sitting there on the shelf, man. I haven't touched it. My wife's a teacher, and she wasn't out of school long enough to do Zooms because of COVID. Everybody became a support worker. Is that right? A lot more going on behind the scenes. Currently doing 3 times 42. Yeah. I bet there's definitely more on. And like I said, with a 5-year-old, like I can't really expect them to do a heck of a lot with 5-year-olds. That being said, I still stand by my point that they shouldn't be showing off about the bloody school holidays when all the parents are on the call. Some teachers doing it easy during online teaching, or some are getting their asses kicked. It depends on the school situation. Yeah, exactly right. What's Chinese liquor called? It's called baijiu. I don't know if it really has a direct translation. If this is you guys, this is boring. Different strokes for different folks, I guess. Yeah, they are. They've been under a bit of pressure, the Aussies. They're holding out. Bio just means white alcohol, if you can directly translate it. Yeah. It doesn't really have like a name though, right? Like sake. I guess not one. I guess sake is just Japanese, but it's become part of English vocab, so yeah, it'd just be baijiu. It's made from sorghum. It's not the nicest. Insanely quick yellow. Where did the 10 minutes go? I don't know. O'Connor with the clearance. Baijiu is nasty, but it'll get you smashed if you can stomach it. Yeah, Jason, I've been trying to teach myself to drink it, but not for a while. Because my father-in-law drinks it, but even he said he doesn't really drink it that much anymore, so I don't know why I'm bothering. Baijiu, sake, and soju are all kind of similar. I feel like baijiu is the worst tasting of them, but you need to have it with food, otherwise it's pretty nasty. Teaching the kids to cook or help out in the kitchen. Yeah, the kids help out when I prepare stuff sometimes, especially with breakfast. Did some baking. Taught my son to ride a bike. Taught my daughter the alphabet. She got to Z yesterday. She finally nailed Z. So she's got A to Z down lowercase. Hasn't got uppercase yet, but there you go. Sean Connery likes sake and You Only Live Twice. I need to go back and watch the old Bond movies. That's one thing that's on my list. I don't think I've seen any of them. The oldest ones I've seen are freaking Pierce Brosnan. Reckon the Aussies and Box will struggle in autumn, says Fleishan. Ooh. Famous last words, mate. We'll see. I think Eddie Jones announced today no Vunipola brothers still look strong enough. Jonathan, mate, yeah, he basically said that some of the experienced guys need to get themselves into form. So we'll see. Z or Z? Z. Z, because we're in New Zealand. Sounds like you're teaching your daughter more than the teachers, maybe. She's only at daycare, to be honest. So it's my son that's at school. Thankfully, I taught him his A to Z a long time ago. What do you think of that AB game? A few sentences. Sam, you're the second person to ask me that question. Long time to see, Sam. I said earlier when someone asked me the same thing that it was ugly, but close, I think. Someone else had a better way of putting it, though, like fast start, ugly middle, close finish, something like that. If the Wallabies score here, I don't think they will be caught. They got heaps of numbers out wide, but the Pumas' defense has shifted well. I'm in Auckland too and say, Z, come on, CJB. You're like my sister-in-law who says tomatoes. Tomatoes. Bro, come on. Tomatoes. That being said, I sometimes say cell phone. I sometimes say mobile phone, so I can't decide which way I want to say things. Sinead says to say, watch up. 13 phases, man. They're grinding. The All Blacks had to do the same thing. Hooper. He's not quite there. One more phase. Get it to Valtini. O'Connor inside ball. And it's Callaway. Man, Callaway's good. Relentless pressure is right, Mertz. Relentless pressure. Callaway is class, Callum, mate. He's looked absolutely the part when he stepped up to international level. Absolutely. You said tomato the correct way. Good man. Callaway's been pretty lethal this game. Callaway's been really good and consistent since she's made the Wallabies, eh? So Victoria picked Australia by 15, and that's looking okay. That is a pretty good pick. Jerseys or jumpers? I think I say jerseys, actually. That's getting a bit American, isn't it? It was jumper when I was a kid, definitely. My mum would say, put your jumper on. Yeah. And it's over. So it's 27 points to 8. It's starting to look pretty much unassailable at this point. Jock with normalish hair. He needs the Bieber do, mate. He needs to get the Bieber haircut back. After so many tries, anyone feel this is a better watch than the AB's box game? It's not going to have the edge of your seat finish. Callaway's going to get 2 in a row. No, he's not. But it's probably a higher quality game. I would say it's had fewer handling errors. Neither game's been like a classic, I think. Jersey is an island as well as a sports shirt. That's true. Not a bad game. Aussies are on the way back. What do you reckon? Hopefully, Sinbin, mate. Hey, Aussies are doing all right. The Argentinians haven't been a real pushover. I know the All Blacks put like 39 points on them to nil in that one game, but they didn't get like 50. Steve Rennie. What is it with me and Steve Hansen? I don't do that stuff on purpose. It's just my brain. Man, good tackle from Malia to bring him down. Just going to put the Aussies into second place. We've only got 7.5 minutes left. Well, I just praised Malia. Now he's been subbed. Montoya's also off. Sino is on. Got to give these guys some minutes, man. You don't need to play. Montoya doesn't even need to play 72 minutes, to be honest. Just give him 60 and bring Cecino on. He needs to be more experienced because Montoya's, you already know he's really good. And your team's not winning this game. Are you giving me a real hard time because I have a mixed accent of Aussie and Kiwi, Elizabeth? Are you originally Kiwi? That would make sense. Standings in the Rugby Championship at the moment, the All Blacks will be on like 24 without looking. The Wallabies, if they win this one at the moment, will be on. Have they got a bonus point at the moment? They were on 9, so they'll either be on 14 or 13. Pumas are on 0, Box are on 10. So it'll be New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, Argentina. If you could ideally resolve the Aussie All Black situation, would you have the Wallabies win more games against the All Blacks? You'd like to keep beating the Wallabies, but you feel Aussie rugby needs to win reasonably consistently against the All Blacks. When I was growing up and the Bledisloe was actually on the other side of the Tasman, that was a great battle. I think the battle was more alive than it is now. So maybe that's just me being an old fuddy-duddy reminiscing about the old days, but it's definitely better when it's competitive. 11 for the Box, bonus point loss. Thank you, Junaid. You're right. Yes. Got within 7. Been out in Australia for 12 years. So you're probably half and half, like you say. I've got loads of family in Australia, right? They all pretty much sound like Aussies now, though, because it's been a lot longer than that. They all moved over in the 90s. Who would you replace in the starting 15 for the ABs from like tonight's performance? George Bridge probably needs to go. Easy. That's an easy pot shot, that one. Come on, Argentina. Miotti's in there at 9. Get it out, man. ALB and Quinn Tupai as the 12-13. You could certainly do worse than those two for sure. Is Pavlova from New Zealand or Australia? Pavlova is definitely from New Zealand. Lock it in. Final answer. Oh, what a take from Chocobates. Go, man. Cinti almost had it. They're chucking it around now, the Argentinians. Go, guys. Come on. Throw caution to the wind. There's only 4 minutes left. Listen to the breakdown on Spotify. It's all about the downfall of Aussie rugby. The breakdown, I can only take that show in kind of reasonable doses. Yes, since memories are correct, though, throughout the entire decade of the 90s, only 2 years where the ABs were clearly superior. The other years were even or Australia better. Yeah, I remember that being like a real battle, for sure. JK is an icon on the breakdown. JK is the one that drives me the most at the wall. Great player. One of my favorites as a kid. Great work for mental health. Grinds my gears as a pundit, but each to their own, I guess. Rob, mate, cheers for that. Thanks for coming along. We're almost done with this game, man. There's only 2.5 minutes to go. It's going to be a good Wallabies victory in about 2 minutes. Oh, it's a podcast made in Aussie, so it's different from the breakdown on Sky. Okay. Interesting choice of names. I guess the breakdown is an obvious name for any kind of rugby show, right? JK clearly tries to create controversial comments as the same as Mark Keohane, right? It's just the same kind of clickbait punditry. which I don't really care for. Jason Kang, JK. Sorry, bro. It's your alter ego, the other JK. Don't worry. I got to tell you guys, I'm looking forward to going to bed. This game has been pretty decent. It's not been a classic, but it's all right. That Callaway try has kind of done it for me. It's all right. James Parsons, though, Junaid, yeah, he's a good talker. He's a good pundit for sure. Will they put Australia over South Africa in the next World Rugby rankings if it's the same next week? Ooh, I'll have to check out what it could be. Why was JK knighted? For his mental health stuff. It's made by a reporter who starts with the glory days of Campese and then all the way up to the Folau incidents. Is that right? James Parsons is actually informed. JK has a smirk on his face when he knows he's going to talk crap. Yeah. A bit of a smug smirk. But anyway. Doesn't matter where you live. Midnight is late. Doesn't have to be out with the kids. Fingers crossed my kids let me sleep late tomorrow. Finish this game. Video. Bed. That's the plan. How come McCaw's not knighted, but Graham Henry is? I think McCaw declined to be Sir Richie. He declined the Sir and took some kind of other award. That's game, folks. That's game. I didn't take bugger all notes. I'll see if I can do a video out of this. Not ideal. I didn't write much. Anyway. All right, folks. Yeah, cheers. Ali, Victoria, Tony, Randy, JK, the good JK. Hope you guys are all good. Like I said, I'm Jezza, planning Rob. I'm planning on Callum. I'm planning on going to bed, but I'll do a quick spiel about this game. Good result for the Wallabies, honestly. 27-8 is not nothing to be sniffed at. So, yeah. Aussie Rugby 3 on the bounce for the first time in quite some time. So, hope you guys are all good. Cheers, mate. Cheers for that. You can watch some URC a bit later in the day. I'll be watching it in the morning. Thank you, mate. Grant, you've been lurking in the background. 5-minute video review. Yeah. Anyway, Simon, yep. You guys take care of yourselves. Jules, Elizabeth, Flesh, and everybody. Levi. See you guys for another one sometime soon.